Hello my friends and welcome back to the studio. David Kessler here. So the question of the day is, so you want to be a better painter? Well, there's lots and lots and lots of advice out there. I mean, we live in a world where, Mr. Google is that far away and we can look up really anything we want and get advice about any sort of subject that we have or any need that we have. Between Google and YouTube, we can find out pretty much anything we need to do. But the biggest piece of advice that I can tell you, if you want to be a better painter, is to make more paintings. I've talked about this a lot before. I did a blog post on it that was very successful a couple years ago. It's just that simple. I mean, creating an art career or being an artist is a long-term thing. It's a journey. Sometimes we reach a destination or two, sometimes we don't, but there's really no shortcuts. There's no magic dust, there's no secret handshake, there's no password. We live in a world of passwords where that unlocks the key to the kingdom, so to speak. But with regard to painting, it's just a matter of spending time in the studio with painting. Now, I remember many years ago, when I was working a full-time job, working 50 plus hours a week, I was really taking Friday afternoons as kind of my painting time because we got off at noon on Friday. So this was a great opportunity for me. So I set a goal at the beginning one year and I said, okay, this year I'm going to do one painting a week for a year and see what happens. Now, I had never made a commitment to do anything even close to 52 paintings before. Probably the most I'd ever done was maybe 15 or 20 paintings in a year, max. But I said, okay, this year I'm going to kick it up. My mentor, Sterling Edwards, said, look, you need to kind of do this if you want to get better. So I took his advice, began doing that, and we're talking about doing watercolor, so I was coming up with a composition, a design for the composition, then doing multiple value studies, and then doing the painting. So at night, I'm working on value studies and compositions, and then on Friday is really my painting time. So it's a long process to do this every week, or at least for me it was at that time. But I did it. And when I looked at the paintings that I'd done at the very beginning of the year, and then those that I did at the end of the year, the improvement was dramatic. And I mean incredibly, unbelievably dramatic. And you see this progression from the beginning to the end, and you think, gosh, did I actually do those paintings at the end of the year? Yes. And why is it that they were so much better? Because I was spending more time in the studio painting, more time with paint. That really is what it takes. There's sort of two big ideas, two pieces of advice I have for people, and I tell people this, in my workshops too. Start with the fundamentals. Learn the fundamentals. You can't be a good painter if you don't know what the fundamentals of creating a composition or the formal qualities of art. You can't be a good painter if you don't know that. So that's piece of advice number one. And piece of advice number two is just to paint more paintings. Make a goal for yourself, to do a certain number of paintings a week, or certain in a month, or a certain number in a year. One of my favorite artists is Lisa Daria, and she started many years ago doing a painting a day. And she does a little, 4x4, 6x6 inch painting every day. And I think the last time I saw one of her paintings, it was 28 or 2,900 paintings that she's done over these painting a day. So, you divide that by 365 days a year, that's a lot of years of painting every day. And I think that's amazing. And that's one of the reasons she's such a phenomenal painter, is that she has 3,000 or 2,900 days in a row. Think about that she's painted. I mean, I'm envious because I travel too much and I don't get a lot of time in the studio. But that many paintings will make you a phenomenal painter. But you have to learn the fundamentals. That's the reason I teach that so strongly in all of my workshops because it is so important. You know, we talk about shape, value, color, edges, and center of interest. Only 5 things. But my belief is if you know those 5 things, if you learn them and learn to implement those in your work so that they become second nature and you don't have to think about it, then that frees you up to do more paintings and not have to think while you paint. And it's just it's a wonderful process. You know, learn the fundamentals, do more paintings, and I guarantee you it will make you a better painter, right? And I hope this was helpful for you. If you have comments or questions, please put those down below so that I can respond to those. If you're not subscribed to my channel, if you want to click the button up here on YouTube to subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. And if you have friends that you think would enjoy this or get something from the video, please forward it to them so they can benefit from your extensive knowledge of looking at YouTube videos, the best YouTube videos. All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you watching these videos with me. I appreciate your time to help learn these things and be able to implement them in your work. And, you know, until next time, I'll see you.